ever staged here. The Scarborough players, the usual collection of honest professionals from the lower divisions, and they're one of the poorest paid teams in the whole of the Football League, contrasting sharply with their multi-million-pound opponents. Number 11, Martin Russell, is their record signing. He cost £100,000 from Leicester, but that fee is just 1/7 of what Chelsea's goalkeeper alone cost. Dave Besant, in fact, the only Chelsea man who's ever played here before in his Wimbledon days. Graham Roberts is injured and this is his first game for 2 seasons. John Bumstead comes in at right back, with Steve Clark switching to the centre of defence. Tonight's referee is John Watson from Whitley Bay. So it's Chelsea, all in blue, and attacking from right to left, who get this tie underway. Chelsea 83 places higher in the Football League than their opponents tonight. But as we have seen so often in cup ties, league form, league positions count for nothing. And Chelsea know that they are to treat Scarborough with the utmost respect. Number 6 here, Bennyworth. And Clark's clearance, to the delight of the home supporters, actually clears the roof of the stand and goes clean out of the ground. Steve Clark, the Scotsman, who's been moved into the centre of defence, remember, tonight, with Graham Roberts injured and likely to be out of action for a month. Kamara's throw, looking for Russell. Cleared by Lee. Short. A fine effort. Oh, and Besant mishandled it. He was lucky to get away with that. Not like Dave Besant at all. And perhaps symptomatic of the anxiety that Chelsea is showing here. Chris Short coming forward. A good effort, and Besant fumbled it. Well, that will encourage Scarborough no end. In the middle by Nicholas. And a long chase on here by Robinson. The 18-year-old holds it up well, and it's a good little ball as well. Oh, and Besant had to go down to his left to save, as both Norris and Olsen threatened danger. What a fine layoff that was by Robinson. Norris picking the ball up. A good shot. Fine save by Besant. Russell. He's tried to go around Bumstead, but the experienced Chelsea man, 13 years at Stamford Bridge, not having anything of it. Kamara. And he fouled Bumstead. Free kick to Chelsea. Midway through the first half. Still no goals. Remember, 1-1, the score in the first leg at Stamford Bridge. So Scarborough with the precious away goal, an own goal which beat Besant by Moncow. Dixon's header, a good one. Wilson reading it well, and a good first-time shot. But Blackwell always behind it. Over Robinson's head then. Norris battling away. Lee. And it looked to me as though 2 Chelsea players were offside then. The linesman didn't give it. The goalkeeper sliced it straight at Hazard and got away with it. An extraordinary incident. Because when Lee cleared the ball upfield, at least 2 Chelsea men were standing in an offside position. A free kick should have come, but it didn't. And Wilson continues play. Well, Scarborough, in the end, fortunate to get away with it, but it would have been a very unjust goal had one resulted. Doing well at the other end for Chelsea. There's no question in my mind that 2 Chelsea men were offside then. Good header from Richards. Norris. Good football. Russell. This is short. 5-6 Scarborough men forward here. Pennyworth. Hazard. Wilson. Offside. Well, he looked impishly towards the linesman. but I think he timed his run just a little wrong. Pennyworth with the free kick. Robinson's header, a good one again, and Norris nearly got in behind, and Saunders there too. But in the end, Robinson snatched at the shot. Still, his height and ability to flick the ball on is causing some problems to the Chelsea defence. Came off the back of Dixon's head, that. Short clearance, a dangerous one here. Clark under pressure from Robinson, and Besant helped him out in the end. Dixon beaten by Richards again, and that was offside. It wasn't Dixon who actually ran after the ball was kicked, but Wilson again. Robinson. Wilson's header. Norris in the middle. Graham. This is Russell, he can hit them. And that was a very good effort. The Irishman, who Scarborough feel is the man who can open the door, to use their phrase, nearly did then. Richards. Saunders into the clear. Robinson's there with him. That's a good cross, and it beat Besant. Well, Norris was waiting on the far post, and Besant's fingertips just did enough, I think, to deflect the ball away from his head. Good work down the right by Saunders, but in fact all the excitement may have come to nothing, because I think Norris was in an offside position, but Saunders really did well to pull that ball back there. Well, oh, he may have used his hand, perhaps that's why the linesman flagged. Into the final minute of the first half. Kevin Blackwell's earlier save from Kerry Dixon, crucial. And Dixon again clear here, and Wilson's in space, and he finds him. Wilson. Oh dear. To the huge delight of the Scarborough fans, Kevin Wilson, who's a very consistent goal scorer, got it all wrong. A lovely ball from Dixon. He had time. The ball just bobbled away from him to be absolutely fair, but he'll be disappointed. The end of a thoroughly entertaining first half. Scarborough dominated possession, and their effort and skill saw them really trouble Chelsea on several occasions. At the other end, Chelsea could have scored. A fine save by Blackwell from Dixon, and then that late miss by Wilson. But at half-time, it's Scarborough 0, Chelsea 0. Set to start the second half. This competition really has proved good for them. They reached the third round last season. They beat Portsmouth 3-1 here after a 2-2 draw away, and then they drew with First Division Southampton on this ground 2-2, and only went out 1-0 in the replay at the Dell. As we've already seen tonight, they certainly don't hold First Division opponents in awe by any means. Dixon. Now Kamara. Good skill by Russell. Bit of a lucky deflection, but it drops for short. And the shot, and the fine effort by Norris. The shot actually struck Norris to begin with, and then he had the presence of mind to turn and try a proper shot. Short's clearance. Short coming forward here, it struck Moncow first, then hit Norris, and he wheeled full circle to get the shot in. A very lively game this. Norris, Hazard dispossesses him, and that looked like a foul, and indeed that's the decision. Chelsea's free kick. All a bit fast and furious at the moment for Mickey Hazard. Still incidentally on a week-to-week basis with Chelsea. His future undecided. Clark with the free kick. Nicholas. Clark again. Good effort. And he's found the corner of the net. And Steve Clark gives Chelsea the lead. 8 minutes gone in the second half. Anger for Kevin Blackwell. But the fullback, pressed into service as an emergency central defender, has now scored the goal. Lovely little layoff from Nicholas from the free kick. Just took a deflection, and that was enough. Steve Clark's second goal of the season. What a crucial one, coming as it did, frankly, against the run of play. What a brilliant shot. Wilson. This is Dorigo. Wilson again. Moncau. Dixon, good header. Dickens tried to set Wilson away again, but Pennyworth cleared. On a fine header by Norris. Robinson, good tackle. And Lee was there to clean things up. Clark's had an absolutely outstanding game for Chelsea tonight, quite apart from scoring the goal. That was Lee who got the ball back, but it was Clark who made the saving tackle. Richards misjudged it. Dixon. Wilson's there to help it in, and that was enough to give Chelsea a 2-goal lead. 14 minutes into the second half, and all Scarborough's effort in vain as Chelsea score again. Richards misjudged the flight of that long ball. Dixon helped it on, didn't make proper contact, but Wilson was there to finish it off. Scarborough 0, Chelsea 2 now, and the First Division team leading 3-1 on aggregate. And really, one wonders if even Scarborough can come back from this. Steve Richards misjudged the bounce of that high ball. Dixon just did enough to prod it into the path of Wilson. And the picture has changed dramatically in the space of a few minutes for 4th Division Scarborough. It looked very promising, now it looks very bleak. Robinson brought down. Scarborough badly need a goal, and they need it now. Pennyworth's free kick. Oh, the header by Norris really should have been on target at least, and he'll be the first to accept that. Steve Norris, who scored in both last season's Littlewood Cup ties against Portsmouth and Southampton here, well wide. Towering header from Richards. This is Saunders. Russell. Kamara. Plenty in the middle if the cross is good. Russell. No, he can't cross the ball well. And does so. Oh, it's a goal! And Graham gets Scarborough back into the game. And to the delight of the home crowd, Russell's pinpoint cross, picked out by Tommy Graham, and the 34-year-old has given Scarborough new life. Scarborough 1, Chelsea 2. And the picture changes dramatically again. What a magnificent left foot cross that was. Robinson climbed and Graham came in behind him. Here's Norris. Russell in again with a good cross, and Besson struck it. Moncau on hand to rescue him. Kamara. Russell. Really coming into his own now, Russell, and causing a lot of problems to Chelsea. Showing his quality every time he gets possession. Scarborough believe they can get back into this, but that was a foul, surely, on Nicholas. Richards, the captain, goes back to his defensive role. The ball pulled back by Russell for that goal, or rather after that goal, and Besant very lucky that Moncao was on hand. Otherwise there could have been another. On by Nicholas. This is short. Norris will chase. And Moncao happy to concede the throw as Chelsea suddenly are under pressure again here. Norris again. Back to Saunders. Good little ball down the line for Short. Robinson's there. It's in! Unbelievable! The 18-year-old scores his first ever goal in senior football. And what a moment to score it with 20 minutes to go. Scarborough are back in the hunt again. Paul Robinson gets a goal he'll remember for the rest of his life. He just prodded out a foot and that was enough. Well, the manager, Colin Morris, was telling me today that this young man has scored a hatful of goals in the youth team and the reserve team. He'd never scored in the first team. He's only played a handful of games, and he said once he gets a goal, we'll really see what a great little player he is. And he certainly chose his moment to get off the mark, didn't he? Tremendous atmosphere now in this little ground. And this is a night they'll talk about for a long, long time to come, regardless of the outcome. Saunders battling away with Russell. The ball breaks for Chelsea now, and Dixon's there, and Hazard takes over, and a good save. Inspired stuff from Blackwell. And it's turned on to Norris. He's got Clark with him, and Clark brings him down. It's a penalty. Scarborough have been given a penalty. Oh, this is very stale stuff, this. Huge smile from Norris. He went down under the arm of Clark, and the referee had no hesitation. Besant was furious. The linesman is flagging, incidentally. That's why Besant wanted to draw his attention to it. But the decision hasn't changed. It's a penalty. Martin Russell, the club's record signing, who scored twice from the spot this season, faces the most important spot kick of his life. This could put Scarborough 3-2 up, and maybe even into the next round. 15 minutes of the match remaining. He scored! Being 2 down, are 3-2 up against the second team in the first division. As calm as you like. He sent Besant the wrong way. We've now had 3 goals in the space of 7 minutes, and of course all 5 goals have come in this unbelievable second half. Scarborough leading by 3 goals to 2 here on the night. 4 goals to 3 on aggregate. And Chelsea are chasing them again. A sweetly struck penalty by Russell, the calmest man in the ground. Wasn't coming out of his goal. Bobby Campbell thinks he's good enough to play outfield in the 4th division, but not tonight. Scarborough get a free kick to relieve the pressure. I think Scarborough are going to make a substitution. And off will come Steve Norris, who's run his heart out to earn the penalty, which saw Scarborough go 3-2 in front. And last season's top scorer with 14 goals, Gary Brooke, will take his place. He's got 5 minutes to make a name for himself and try and earn Scarborough the biggest headlines of all tomorrow. Pennyworth's free kick. Saunders. Shot by Graham. What a tremendous effort. It came to Brook and he nearly did earn himself a name. Tremendous effort from Graham. Well, that would have been something, but here at the other end goes Dixon. And he's got McAllister up with him as well, but he couldn't find him. As Shaw came across. It's a corner. Hard in the mouth time for Scarborough fans. And they can have another corner to worry about. As Richards, the captain, got it clear and has to get his troops up for one final effort here. And this time it's only a throw-in, and that's progress. Nicholas wanting to take a long throw, but had to go short in the end to McAllister. Now Nicholas again. Lee is up there, but beaten, and Saunders, and there's a break on here for Scarborough. They've got plenty forward. Put the substitute unmarked in the middle. Saunders has spotted him, but a bit too deep the cross. My watch, 3 minutes to go. And really, that could have been a very important break. Tremendous shot by Graham. Pleasant saving it and getting there just before the substitute Brook came in. Chelsea have made another substitution. Clive Wilson coming on. Well, Scarborough, who came out of the Vauxhall Conference just 3 years ago, who finished halfway in the 4th division in their first season, who made the playoffs last season, are now proving that there are some very good teams outside the Football League waiting to come in. They lead 3-2 on the night, 4-3 on aggregate, against the team right up there with Liverpool at the top of the first division. We've had over a minute of time added. Seconds to go there can only be, as Chelsea press hard for a face-saving goal. McAllister. The cross deflected behind for a corner. And I want to take this very quickly. Wilson. Nicholas with the centre. Blackwell got it away. A minute and a half of time has been added. Moncow with the throw. It could be the final throw of the dice here for Chelsea. And there's the whistle. Scarborough have done it. An unbelievable night here in Yorkshire. And Scarborough, 2 goals down to First Division Chelsea after an hour. Scored 3 times in 7 minutes to beat their illustrious opponents 3-2 on the night. 4-3 on aggregate. The goals from Robinson, from Graham, and the penalty from Russell. But really, they were all heroes tonight. And Chelsea just cannot believe what's happened to them here. The final score, Scarborough 3, Chelsea 2. And the team 6 places off the bottom of the 4th division have beaten the joint First Division leaders and knocked them out of the Littlewoods Cup. Well, here we are in the winners' dressing room, a bit steamy. I think it's probably the champagne corks that's causing all the excitement. Colin, how do you begin to describe a comeback like that?
I can't. I honestly, to be honest, I didn't think we deserved to be a goal down, never mind 2 goals down. I thought it was, we haven't had a lot of good fortune the last couple of weeks, but when we went 2-0 down, I thought, oh no, it's not going to smile on us again. But they deserved everything they got tonight. They've deserved, what we got tonight, we've deserved for weeks.
Did you think you were going out when you were 2-0 down?
Yes. It's... Yeah,
Who said that?
It's really disappointing because you think, bloody hell, we've played as well as we have, and then we're 2-0 down, and you think, it's just not going to smile on us. So I think everybody must have thought, well, we've played as well as that, we're 2-0 down, so it's not going to be for us.
Now, the first goal obviously was the one, you know, which gave everybody inspiration, scored by not one of the younger players in the team.
No, in the Wrexham programme last season, it said it was, how old? 86? 82! He said he was 82, but he's only 81. He deserved it. He deserved it.
Nice for Tommy to get a headline over his better-known brother for a change.
Which one's that? Yeah, there's millions of them.
And then the second goal, you were telling me earlier today, you know, if the young lad ever got a goal, you knew what a great player he'd become, and what a moment to get off the mark, eh?
Well, fantastic. He's done brilliant since he got in. The only thing that he hasn't had again is a little bit of good luck in front of goal. Tonight he got what he deserved. They all did, but he was brilliant.
Now, could you believe it when Steve Norris went down, and were you convinced straight away it was a penalty?
Oh, aye. No doubt about it.
His decision's final.
Yeah, as long as it goes your way, eh?
Yeah.
And I suppose if you'd had to pick anybody to have the calm head to come and take it, it was Martin at that moment.
Well, he's got the composure. He's a class player, the lad. He deserved the goal. He was brilliant. Not just his penalty goal, but his performance. He was brilliant.
Well, Colin, I would think no First Division team would envy drawing you in the next round. Have you got a message for all those managers waiting apprehensively for the draw?
Whoever we get, home or away, we'll just go and play to the best of our ability like we normally do, and we'll give them a game. Whoever it may be, we'll give you a game.
Got a preference?
Anybody. I haven't got a preference. Actually, for the club and supporters and for the lads, it will be a cracker if we get a big club. But I hope we do for them, then we'll get a good crowd, and the supporters are magnificent again. They can come and have another game, at home preferably. And whoever it may be, we'll give you a game, boys.
Colin Morris with Alan Parry. They've been watching the match in the dressing room. They'll be staying with us and joining us later when we have the draw for the third round live here on Midweek Sports Special. I have some good news in.